G'day people, I'm the CADASIL vlog bloke and welcome to my channel. This is CADASIL. My name is Patrick Clementson, I'm 52 years old and I live in a suburb of Sydney in New South Wales, Australia, and I was diagnosed with CADASIL at the age of 42 on Wednesday the 14th of June 2006. Now if you have a little trouble understanding me, I'm going to use the excuse that I had a major stroke in June last year. Quality of my enunciation varies depending on how tired I am or the level of fatigue, and I think there's a difference between the two, and I'll go into that in a future video. So, what is CADASIL? CADASIL is a neuro-degenerative systemic disease that progresses over time. It's genetic, caused by one of many possible mutations in the Notch3 gene on chromosome 19, and it varies in terms of its severity and when the symptoms become apparent, even between members of the family who are related to each other, hence family. So what does the acronym CADASIL mean? The full name is Cerebral Autosomal Dominant Arteriopathy with Subcortical Infarcts and Leukoencephalopathy. Now, let's break that down. Cerebral means that it affects the brain. Autosomal dominant is the way it is inherited. So the mutant gene that causes CADASIL only needed to be passed on to you by one of your parents, not both. Mum or dad, doesn't matter which. Arteriopathy means that CADASIL affects the arteries of the body, primarily in the brain and especially in the deep part of the brain, leading to subcortical. Subcortical means below the cortex. This is where most of the damage happens in CADASIL. The cortex is the outer layer of the brain that you'll recognise from photos and diagrams as the pinky grey tissue that is full of folds and curves. It's not very deep, varying from 1.5 to 5 millimetres. Infarct. An infarct is a small region of dead tissue caused by a blockage of blood supply. In CADASIL, these blockages are small but frequent, and you may not, and I emphasise may not, realise at the time that one is happening. And finally, leukoencephalopathy, a disease of the brain's white matter, which is located in the deep part of the brain. White matter is comprised of bundles of nerve fibres, called axons, that are covered in protective sheaths called myelin. Apart from protection, myelin processes signals from nerves and provides a pathway for them to move through the brain. It is whitish in colour, and CADASIL destroys myelin over time, and this damage can have profound consequences on your health. So, what are the symptoms? Not everyone who has CADASIL will get all of the symptoms possible, but they can include migraine, usually with aura, transischemic attacks, or TIAs, mild ischemic strokes, sometimes they can be hemorrhagic instead, mood disorders, depression and or anxiety is common, apathy and fatigue, and multiple microstrokes and microbleeds are not uncommon. Repetitive strokes will often lead to some level of disability, and in more severe cases, it will lead to dementia. Please remember though, not all people with CADASIL will experience it at a severe level. It exists on a spectrum from benign or mild through to severe, and anywhere in between. If you are having a medical workup to determine if you have CADASIL, I truly hope you don't have it. If you have it, I wish you didn't. Unlike other YouTube channels, I want to ask you to hit that subscribe button now. But if you wouldn't mind, you can, and I won't stop you. I would, however, appreciate a thumbs up or thumbs down and some short feedback about why you didn't or did like the video. Constructive feedback will help me in creating future videos. Got any questions? Hit me up below, as the young people say. More videos will be coming, so you've been warned. If you got this far though, thanks for watching. Truly appreciate it. Peace and love to all of you. See you next time. Take care.